What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
Woo, look at that.
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
Look at that.
there we go.
Look at that.
Love that shit. Well, we know sound's working. How is everyone today? Well, hold on. I can't do this. I'm looking at 3 instances of the video. Let me kind of scoot that over there a little bit. And I don't need that up. That's a little more reasonable. Alright, so happy Sunday. We are here at the bench today for well, what would normally be a scheduled stream, but was supposed to be an off week, but I have things to do, so might as well bring you along. Need to make up some stuff for work, so might as well do it here. Take a little bit of time, get some test leads set up, go over the junk I was using. Well, I mean, not junk, just thrown together stuff. Maybe have this a little more organized. Have some fused leads instead of the tippy-tappy, hope it don't melt and explode, you know, test. And, hey, what's up, Cecil County? That's from Let's Go Look. And hello, everyone else. Furbear is here. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. The early crew was here. There is here. Joe Russell in the kitchen, Gas Masher. Liz, Queen of Fire, has stopped by. There's Franco Walker. Good to see you. Lock Watcher, I think. Yeah, there's Lock Watcher. Andy P. Garbled User. Oh, you have COVID. That sucks. Hope you're doing okay. L. Morrison 7. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. I've recognized that. I think that's everybody for the moment. So yeah, Jeff's doing pretty good. He was down here about a half hour ago. He stopped by for a little bit and then just headed on back up. I guess he just kind of came down, wanted to make sure everything was okay, and then headed back up. I'm gonna have a little bit of coffee. Feel free. Hey, what's up, Dave? Good to see you. I know you're a little busy as of late for a moment. Glad you could make it. I guess let's start off. Ooh, I don't have any flashy stuff on. Let that one warm up. And yeah, there's one of those LEDs is getting a little weird. Very good magnets on this thing. Let's see, what can you see? I always forget what you can and can't see. I might need a magnet. Can you see that? Ah, there we go. Alright. So let's do a toast to ooh. Everybody's stuck in a stupid ass war and everybody's suffering because of it. And that is both sides. But Slava Ukraini. Cheers. Good coffee. Just topped it up. Just hitting that good temperature. And how did I label this? Did I label this coffee then cannabis or cannabis then coffee? I can't even see from my view how I labeled it. That's awesome. I don't have that much of it pulled up. But anyway, so we got some coffee. For today, since it's a coffee / cannabis, I brought, I have a fresh cartridge of Runts, and this is Durban Poison, so hybrid and sativa. And do you ever roast your own coffee? I do not. Oh good, coffee was first. I usually go for. No, I don't roast my own coffee. That may be something I do in the future, but right now I actually I use Folgers Premium Dry Roasted. Just situation, and it's just a lot easier to use that right now. And I've chose that because it's actual coffee, not just a bunch of synthetic chemicals. So I just wait for it to go on sale, and I'll pick up one every once in a while. But I usually mix that with cocoa powder, sugar, and vanilla creamer when I'm home. But when I'm working, I usually just get something at work. They have a good coffee machine or Roll Farms, depending on the morning. Whew, excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to grab my runts, and I know he's not real big on it. I know you don't like the attention, but cheers to Fur Bear. Glad you could make it. Glad you're hanging out. Cheers. Or maybe you're getting used to the attention. I don't know. Either way. Cheers to Mr. Bear. Alright. So what I did was, let's see, so this is, oh yeah, hold on. Let me go little head. Bam. Alright. So this is the box that sits in my toolbox. And this is my meter. This is the actual meter I use at work. Pull it out, you're going to see a lot of familiar things, because here's my house meter. Here's my work meter. Hey, where's the camera? There it is. Notice this one's just a little dirtier. I'm not worried about the focus right now. But I carry the same kit. Because it works. But I would like to have this be a little more diversified, because these actually sit in a drawer like this and this, butted up to each other. Let me move the case there. And then this is just a case of holy crap, like who knows, random whatever you can find. So that I just started carrying the 138. I don't know how familiar everyone is with the DS0138. It's a pretty universal. What's up, Joe Ross? Oh, there's Sean. What's up, Sean Kruger? How you doing? Good morning, or afternoon, as it were. But I just started carrying this. We've just happened to run into a whole lot of cam and crank sensor issues, so I made up a quick little 9-volt lead for it. That's the leads that are on it, and this is also what spurred me to start doing something with leads. Now I'm going to be carrying this around. If you're not familiar, you can get these things, I think they're like 30 bucks. If you look around, maybe 20 bucks on eBay, and you run them between like 9 to 15-ish volts, maybe 14, and it's a tiny little pocket meter. Let me get the focus up here. Focus. Just because not everybody knows these things are around. I mean, it is a little tiny meter. 50 volts max, measures AC, DC, has triggers, has menus. I think you can actually, feel like you might be able to log to it, or there might be mods to log to it or something like that. Like, I haven't even unlocked it. Everything you can do with it. And there are many papers on how to modify this, to tweak it, make it clean. But I mean, like, you can sit here, and I just paused it, and then you can use these arrows, and you see the little green thing, that's your scroll bar, so you can go back in time, so it is logging for you. And you can get the kits that either come pre-assembled, or you can get a kit like this one, which I actually did all the soldering. It just comes with the components, and you just solder everything on and make it yourself. It includes your basic BNC to Like, not sponsored or anything, but this is an awesome little scope. And I'd rather carry this one around and not my $1,200 rechargeable scope, because I don't want the batteries to get nuked in the summer. Whereas this is just a 9-volt battery. That's not a big deal. So, if you haven't seen one of these before, just kind of Google it. DSO 138. It's your common, I guess, hobby grade, good enough scope, and for working, it's good enough that I can see that there's a problem, and if need be, then I can always go get the big scope. You know, bring in backup later. But for now, you know, $30 oscilloscope ain't a big deal. Or cheaper if you can find it. Lockwatcher just said $8. Ed Bird, oh hey Ed, what's up? Ed Bird was my apprentice up until Friday. But I'll be grabbing him again because I got some big jobs coming up. Alright. Yeah, I don't even think I forgot to show Ed this. Oh look at focus. Wow. Okay, hold on. Focus. Alright. So it's nice that that just has alligator clips on it, because then basically just makes it a universal connection. So I'm gonna set that out of the way. We'll set that there. This, we're gonna have to go through this fucking mess. This I'm not really gonna mess with much in the kit, unless I see something in it that's useful, but not really. I'd rather just leave that stuff as is, and then make a bunch of crap that just kind of taps into it. Alright, so let's, this is same set of crumpers I carry at work, but these are my house ones, and then I have all this stuff from work that I use. And I also have a little, it's almost like a refill kit I just picked up with some extra leads in it. I have a set of universal leads that we can use if need be. Just got one of these, which I've never actually had one of these before, which are a little close quarters probe. In case you need to get in there, do SMD, you know, like surface mount testing, or just sometimes you really got a tight spot. And now you have that resistance of the plastic, so in case something goes wrong, you don't short them out. So that's cool. This little kit was, I think, 10 bucks. And it also has, which I'll use somewhat. Ooh, just dropped that. But it's also got these tiny, you can see the little pin, like if you're working with a breadboard. So that's cool. These little, god dang, I don't even know. Can we focus that close? Let me see. Hold on. Let me get up to about here. Why isn't the mouse working? Uh-oh. Mouse just died. Son of a bitch. Hold on. What's up, mousey? I should get a wired mouse for when I'm doing streams. Let me see if it just had a weird connection issue. Nope, just being weird. Hold on, unplug. Plug it in. Nope. What kind of batteries are in here? Energizer Max. Alright, let's try some fresh batteries, shall we? Alright. I'm not putting in loops in. Fresh batteries not helping yet. There's the connect buttons. Don't mind me, folks. Seriously? That's weird. Did everything just die? Oh, there it is. Alright. Fuck these batteries. Alright. What are we doing? Focus. Alright, let's see. Can we get focus this high? Oh, we can. So look at this little dude. See if you can see it. Can I get more focus? What do you got? What do you got for me? That's actually pretty good. That's like 1.5 inches from the camera. Nom 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 nom. Grr. Alright, so those are cool. Now where'd the pack go? There's that, there's that, there's that, there's a kitty. Hi Trent. If you remember Trent, the black cat who, whoa, wow, look at focus go. Here, let me do that so you don't get a headache. So let's go from 200 to say 37. That's not even that great. 20, there we go. The autofocus works well like for video and zoom in and all that stuff, but it does not work well for this setup. Hence, we have fun with autofocus, or with manual focus, and giving ourselves headaches. Alright, what is this little guy? Oh, okay, so adapter from insulated to non-insulated, rated for 30 volts, which should be good enough. So that's not a bad little bit of additional adapters that would go wherever the fuck I stuck the case. Where did I put it? Is it over here? No. You might know where I stuck the case. Oh, stuck it in the box. I don't even need the case. I'm looking for this. Alright. So I already got clampy clamps in there. I already have these in that kit. So I'll add these. There's our first addition. Alright. These are kind of delicate. I'm probably not going to take these to work. This is definitely going to work. And let's see, we have fusible leads here. Don't know that I'll be necessarily need these today, especially with their gigantic 1 amp fuses. And I know at least one person watching the stream knows exactly what these fit, because these fit, well, these are 4. Shit, there's another one of them fucking things laying around here. Hey, there it is. These fuses are for these things at work. This is the, if you remember when we did the teardown for the infrared safety device, and the tiny, the tiny sensors in them. Well, this is actually part of that harness. We have a ton of extras of these. So I have 2 that I use so that I can do testing at work. So we have these, but I also purchased the variety pack of resettable breakers. These things are great. They're already spaded out, so cool. The biggest thing, motivation we're going to be doing to these is just sharpieing the amperage rating on them that's bigger. That way I can do my crazy probing about that I do and not have to worry about too much stuff catching on fire. The bigger the ball, the better the trackball. You're damn right. They don't make these anymore. This is old Logitech trackball. They don't make the finger ones anymore. Not good. So I actually have 2 of these. case one of them goes bad, I have another one, because I've had this for 15, 20 years. So, alright. Oh, hey, Blue. Didn't see you there. Thanks swinging by. I have the hook clamps. They're handy. Are those, do you mean the squeezy ones? Alright, so let's set these aside. I figure these I'll have, but I probably don't really need fused ones because I have the circuit breakers. But these also have 1 amp fuses in them, and 1 amp is good for signal testing. If you're testing a signal line, making sure it's not shorted, you only need 1 amp because a signal is going to be milliamps at most for a properly functioning circuit. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Let's get one of each breaker out. We got 15, 20, 10, 5. Wow, I randomly grabbed, I think, one of each breaker. Is there a bigger one? Oh, there's a 30. 30s are a little different. Slightly different manufacturer, maybe? And these are rated, as you can see. Well, this one's 120. Well, you know, voltage-wise, this one's actually rated for 50 volts. DC. Wait, that's whatever. Alright. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20, and 30. Let's save these spares for around here. I'm gonna have to get a lead box soon. Just got these spoons. They're cheap, but they're not bad. These are for, there we go, back probing. Here, let me, there's, alright. Stop talking about the mouse and start using it. Let's see, focus. Where's my focal point? Okay, so these, oop, yeah, for taking that little guy, and you can see it's kind of curved. Stick it back here and just slide it on in there. And so you basically just kind of move it around and push it, and you will eventually you find the metal terminal that's in there, and now you can test it. Some people have needles, some use these kinds of spoons. There are some that it looks like an actual tiny, like, soup spoon, stem and all. These are the ones I just happened to find relatively cheap on Amazon, to have something other than my golden needles that you've seen me use, like on here. So, haven't caused any damage or anything, but sometimes it's just different connectors. Like sometimes you need a different way to get to it. Hey. No. Ronnie's a little excited. So, what we're going to do on these is we're going to leave 2 as alligator clips, and then 2 I'm going to put wires coming off of, and probably just use the alligator clips again, but have thin wires so that we can, because if you're trying to, like, where the hell did I put that connector? Straight down. Because especially on something like this, if you're trying to get 2 of these in there, they're just going to be leaning all up on each other, and that sucks. And let's see, do I need to do anything with this? There's our Cat 3 guards. There's Ronnie Buddy. So I don't need these at work because I have spares with me. Yeah, I have a couple spares. So that goes in the spares drawer. I have a couple of these little pre-mades and a bunch of pre-mades in there. So let's see, let's do this as we go. these all I need to do is label. Let's see if I have any sharp. Ooh. Sharpies that don't suck. Alright. So this, I'm going to put the whopping 5 on it. Tough day. This will put 10, just so it's a little bit easier to see from both sides. I'm sure it'll wear off. But this is textured enough that it may stick in there for a minute. Alright, so that one's done. Alright, good stream everybody. Talk to you later. No, okay. Alright, that can sit over there and do its thing. These are always useful, especially male to male and female to female. I have a couple of these for jumping stuff out, bypassing stuff. A lot of this stuff I just grabbed off the shelf that was in my work van. Let's see, I got these. I'm actually going to change these over. We'll change these to probably female spade connectors. This is a piece of wire that came along for the ride. Ronnie's Bug and Spaz. And here is an antenna extension lead for a Wi-Fi system on a telemetry tracker. Don't need that. And a what do we got here? Some extra of this, which looks like something I probably bought at some point. And a bunch of black leads because I don't know where the red ones are. So what do we want to do here? We want to make these female. Let's start with that. Got the soldering iron warmed up. We're keeping a set of these as is. Let's put those over there. Let's change these over real quick. I have all this stuff here. Blue, female. Yeah, there's this company has Stronica. Not sure how quite you pronounce that. They're on Amazon. Their connectors are very reasonably priced and they're really good. And they pretty much, as far as I know, they're all marine grade. So I recommend. Not sponsored, just recommend them. I've been using them for a little while, and I like them a lot better than just about all the other ones. They shrink up real nice. They seal up so well that if you seal the end first and then try to shrink the rest of it in the middle, it'll actually form a bubble and usually pop. It just seals really nice. These are the first connectors I've ever seen that seal that well that they will form an air pocket if you don't start sealing at the crimping and work your way up. So let's do these real quick. I'm going to use these crimps. Might as well use the right stuff. Oh, it is 1:29. It is almost time. We actually need to stop right here. What's up, Chronic Gaming? So we have a decision to make because the poo candle focus has run its course. Where's my focal point? But as you can see, the poo has run its course, has actually burned the tip of the poo, or melted slightly the tip of the poo. So we need to do a poll. Let me just slide this out on the new candle color. So let me see how to French do you do? Create a poll. Question, new candle color for poo. Red, blue, green, ooh, purple. Ask your community. Alright. So we'll just kind of put that up, see how that goes. Brown, well, yeah, I mean brown, obviously. But we do have the poo at 32, pretty much coming up right now. So we will install a new candle for the poo. Then we'll have our break and our other little work break, and then we'll finish messing with those. Let's see, what do we got here? How do I look at the poll? No idea. Oh, just click it. Okay. Green and purple running close. Guess see if anybody else wants to vote. Like, they are tied right now. If we have to, we'll do a second poll. Actually, I guess while we're waiting, let's have some coffee, huh? Toast to the coffee. Let's see what's going on here. Kitty cats are fun. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead, and that seems like that's pretty much stopped. So now we have to narrow it between green and purple, because those tied. Green, purple. I think we have an even amount of voters, which just makes everything more interesting. Yeah, we had 12 people vote. Okay. Did you save any cookies from last night? Yes. I didn't eat any more cookies. I made double dark chocolate chip cookies last night. I only ate 2. And then I've had 2 today. Not bad. Alright. Leaning towards purple, looks like. I guess while we're waiting, let's pick the old one off. Then we'll actually use it to attach the new one. Looks like, let me hit the end poll button. And it looks like purple won, at least it did. Yep. Alright, purple candle. Going for the purple poo brigade here. Wow, this does not want to hold that. Probably because there's not really any grip. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. Let's soften that a little bit. Let's get a couple of drippy droppies. Anytime you want to go drippy droppy. There we go. Perfect. Remember this taking a couple tries last time. Let's drip some more on top. Try to aim it. I think it's actually running down the wick. You can kind of aim it. Alright. Yeah. Alright, cool. We did a thing. That's there. Move these because we're about to do the poo at 35. Move the torch because it's a torch. Alright, everybody. Happy poo at the 32. Alright, good little break. Like we're a bunch of 5-year-olds. Because damn it, we kinda are. Alright, let's have, I had runts last time. Let's do some Durban Poison as I bang into the camera a little bit. There we go. Hey, what's up? I want to call you Captain Jim. Are you like a accountant that also has a boat? Hey, Trent. Trent is here. Flaming pile of shit. Every show, yes. Hey, Trent. Where's Trent? Where's your Trent? She, if you look at my YouTube channel banner, she is the kitty cat that is in the picture with the printer. Her name is Trent. I usually call her Trenty. She's getting comfortable. Don't play with fire. She does it. She's done this on other streams. If you're new, she just kind of shows up, plops down, hangs out. A blow up dinghy Seahawk 4. That's cool. Brent likes to come downstairs and sleep in one of my windows. They've been shedding a lot, I guess, because of the, it's been pretty hot out lately. So I guess coffee, cannabis, cats, and test leads. My girl. She's our longest cat. She's more of a small panther than a large cat. Her tail is approximately 30 feet long when she stretches, and she can literally jump about 7.5, maybe 8 feet. Like she can jump from the floor to the top of the fridge kind of thing. That's a battery. Oh, she's looking at her tail on the OBS screen. I think she's trying to figure it out. Now she's trying to figure out where to put her foot. Just rebuilt my Prusa bearings. That's cool. Mine are doing pretty good. Hey, Trent's not quite mental. She's just fun. Alright, don't eat the battery. Alright, girl. Don't chew on 18650s or candles. Alright, come on. Okay, cat. Yeah. Alright. She's also very slippery. We think she like knows how to like get into like moisturizer or something. Alright. Thank you, Trenty. Trent's a good kitty. Woo. Trent is a good kitty. Alright, let's put some wires on these things. What do we got here? I mean, these are already kind of here. I don't see any reason why not. It wouldn't hurt to have these a little extra long for in case I gotta run them under panels and stuff. So, let's get those off. That's the easiest way if you don't know to get the covers off of these, is just squeeze it. Squeeze it in your fingers and then it just pretty much falls right off the back side. So if that's the case, we're not going to need these clips. These have been crimped and soldered. I guess I can zoom down a little bit. Where's focus? Focus is all over the place. Alright, I'll try that. So hopefully I'll be able to unsolder this. If not, I can just maybe cut that right there. Let's see what we can do here. What's up, Brian Young? Let's just clip it to that, I guess. Soldering iron's been on, warming up. Let's see here. My nasty ass blicky. Maybe the crimp job sucked and the solder is all we need to do. Remove. Nope, not going to be that lucky. Dang, thought I had it. There's a lot of the solder off of it now. Put that anywhere. Those over there. I think we're going to have to cut it. Ultimately, we're only going to lose about maybe 1/8 of an inch. I think we can, I think that's suitable. Where's my tiny cut? Oh, let me get my super sharp cutters here. Go ahead and nip that right there. Do the same here. Alright, that's good enough. These wires. Yeah, actually, I may pull these apart because I don't need a dual set. I just need 2 probes, so those don't need to be together because then that'll just make it complicated. Oh, I never ate that in cannabis. So yeah, on Durban Poison, if you got anything, just cheers to like stuff. Griffo, ever done much with 28BYJ-48? No, I really don't mess with stepper murders much. My introduction to really messing with them has been when I got my Ender 3. Eventually I want to learn more about them, but I haven't gotten there yet. But it is something I'd like to learn more about. Frankie, what are we working on today? We're just making test leads, having some coffee, and having some vapes. Just needed to get some stuff kind of straightened out, cleaned up for work, so I figured we'd just kind of tag along. Toasty, toasty. There's Trenty. Alright, let's... And worst comes to worst, if we can't get good solder flow on that, I did just get this monster 80-watt soldering iron, because I have not had a high mass soldering iron for a long time, so I figured probably time to go get one. Alright, let's see what we can do here. My focus, can you kind of see? You can kind of see. Come on, helping hands, be a little more helpful. I believe this is more operator error than helping hands error. Just that. I think that'll do pretty good there. A little extra flux. Remember, if you're having problems soldering, you may not have enough flux. So it may not be a bad idea to add a little extra if you have some. Also helps if you actually have your solder. Kinda, and at that point, a lot of times just the little quote-unquote preheat blob you put on the soldering iron is all you need to flow onto your work, because the flux is already there. Alright, let's do the other one, and then we will add some heat shrink. Make something of a handle. There it is. Black wire. So this is nice doing this now and not like when it's 100 degrees out, or for all you other people, 39, 40 degrees out. That always sucks when it's that hot. And a customer is waiting, because you know, gotta get this shit done. I get it. Alright, make sure this has got lead solder on it, because lead freeze. I just don't understand the point. There's so little solder in, or sorry, so little lead in solder. That whole lead-free thing is just fucking bullshit. It's big battery telling us to get the hell out of their, get out of their lane. Sure, that's what it is. Let's start that conspiracy theory. Oh, what's going on in chat? Branding iron, yeah. The wife is impressed with the soldering iron. It's a heifer. This is my regular one. This is a Weller. Oh no, this is a Ellen Co. Electronics. I guess that's not a Weller station. No, it's usually cranked up anyway. I don't know what watt. I think this is a 40 watt iron. But that thing, I'll just plug that in and just, you know, may have to put a new breaker in for it. But alright, let's get some heat shrink. Let's see what I have that is that small. And we got some green, that's good. Let's use green and red. Something other than black, so that like when you drop it you can find it. And scissors. Alright. That should do there. And this is just a cheap, I think it was 12 bucks off of Amazon Cuisine torch. No safeties on it. So you just gotta be careful when you're using it. Like there's no, like you can lock it on, but you can't lock it off. So, you know, make things fun and interesting. Cat fur, good deal. Right. In focus enough, I guess. Alright, cool. There's that. that in itself is going to be pretty freaking helpful. Let's put that over in the good pile. It's extra stuff. Oh yeah, we gotta heat shrink these. Those are those Hystronica. Oh, hey Laurie, what's going on? Where are we at here? One. I'm not sure why I had eyelets on this. I wonder if I just needed something at some point and that's all that was available. But this will definitely, if I'm going to set up my test lead kit with males and females, then this will obviously be much more preferred. Our nose is itchy. Alright, so now we got some big clamps. Now as far as attaching to the meter, I don't necessarily want to always just clamp an alligator clip to here. So I should make some extensions for these. Yeah. Okay. I'll make a couple, that way I can I'll leave some on. So that's fine. Well, no, I should make a set of extensions for this. Two of them I'll leave, like one on 10 and one on 20, and then I can pop them off as needed. That way it's just easier, it's its own dedicated set, bam, it's already there, we're ready to rock and roll. Cool, let's do that then. I don't need them in correlation or conjunction with the meter. Most of my test leads are used for jumping out and bypassing other circuits, which I don't really recommend unless you know how to read a schematic and you know how to do that, because you could cause severe damage to your vehicle's electrical system. Frankie, I believe Furbear is still here. He's doing okay. Not great, but if he's still here, he can let you know. Alright. Alright, so wires. What do I want to use? I have this, which I actually found yesterday. But again, I think I'll save this because this is nice, paired up, red and black, already loomed. Let's see what I got in here. I'm out of silicone wire, which would obviously be the best, but this is pretty good. It's kind of skinny. What do I have in here? All my good wires probably still out in the van. Any scraps sitting around? What's this? That's not bad. I think I got that from work. I think that's a work wire too. I'm not going to use speaker wire just because you're watching, that's not a bad piece. Actually, oh yeah, this is a piece of telemetry wire. It says battery feed on it, so might as well. Here's a piece of telemetry wire. Here's another piece. Alright, so we got some pieces here. Got enough for at least one set of leads. I believe that's the same wire that's in this. Ooh, alright. Any word on the flying job? No. Haven't heard anything yet. Not sure that I will. But I will. I'll let you know if I hear anything and what updates may come with it. All right. Let's see what we can do with what we got here so far. Let's put that back up here. I have a lot of speaker wire. I have a party or something. Kitty cat. Alright. So I just want to make some. And this will just use these, I guess. Two of these. Two of these. And where's my cheapy strippers? I actually kind of like these better than some of the nicer strippers out there. Guess I can get a zoom. I am zoomed in, and I'll get a focus shot of that, just in case not everyone's seen this type of wire stripper. Alright, might as well use these. One blue. Like, these are nice. There's Klein tool, or are these Klein or Crescent or channel lock? Wow, totally off. Channel lock. These are nice, kind of like the industry standard, but they kind of suck on red crimps. But blue and yellow, they're just fine. Just know if you're using red crimps to use the insulate or the non-insulated part, or it won't crimp. Because these are made more for, like, with linesmen in mind, where you don't see anything smaller than 16 gauge anyway. And see, like, I don't know about these. I think it may be an application thing. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. But that's why I carry multiple types of crimps. Like these. Because these always work. Straighten that out. They work so well, they usually bend the terminal, which I'd rather have a slightly bent terminal that is connected than a pretty crimp that's going to fall apart. Alright. Alright. Where are we at here? So, in case you missed it, any Clive fans, he obviously didn't have a stream last night, but he may try to pop in today. I didn't see it. I just happened to be scrolling through YouTube feed, and he posted like a photograph of himself yesterday. Just saying that he couldn't do a stream yesterday, but he might try to do something today. Just something to keep an eye on. Alright, let's see. Focus. Where's the mouse? Focus. That's pretty good. Yeah, right even with that. So if you haven't seen these kind of wire strippers before, you kind of set your length and that little V groove right there. That's kind of basically a little knife there, a little knife there. You can use the red thing to set like your depth, but I just don't, because I use different applications, so I just push it back out of the way. But I don't take it off because you never know when you might actually need it. But set your depth and then just squeeze. And at that point, if you want, you can even grab this, twist as you pull, and you'll even give the copper a little bit of a twist. While focus is here, we'll do it one more time. There you go. Alright, fix focus. Let's go a little bit lower, right around there. That's kind of a general, this area. Let's get this set on. Live stream. What time is that live stream? 21:05, so at what, basically 2 hours from now? So his usual time, just a day later, is that what I'm seeing? Just so I know. I have a set of front load strippers. No clue where they are, but of course Matco branded, exactly like the ones you have. Well, yeah, of course. Everybody uses this, like, I mean, they're all out of the same factory. It just depends on how much money you want to spend on what this says. Klein tools, obviously, are a good tool, and they use good stuff. But, yeah, I don't pay for the name brand stuff because, well, I'm sorry, the super main brand stuff, because like I've shown other people, it's all the same shit. Like there's like Snap-on, Matco, Cornwell, while they do each have their own, some stuff is very unique and is very helpful and very specialized, but like I'm not going to pay like a fucking $100 or whatever for this when I can buy this exact set at Home Depot for like $15. The only difference is what's printed on the side. Like I can't see spending like $40 on a 1/2-inch combination wrench when shit, a $5 one will do the same thing for the most part. And everything I've fixed in my 25, 30 years of tinkering, and it's all been cheap tools. Even most of my professional tools are cheap. But they work, so I don't see the point in spending money on expensive stuff. Alright, so we got a set of one lead at least. I'll put that on the 10 amp one. I will have to see if I can find more wire, and I'll just make another set of these leads, but that's cool. And what we have over here, that's extra set of that. Let's see what kind of chaos is inside of here. This is actually one of the first jumpers I ever made professionally, and I still use it pretty regularly when I can find it. That'll stay. These are my cheap set of Amazon, you know, like multi-fit whatever leads that they're good. I mean, they're not bad, but when you use them in a professional stance point, you definitely beat the crap out of them. There's a Heister or a tracker bypass with a splice into it, I guess, to make sure it's actually grounding. Another, oh, this is an old jumper. I made this probably 15 years ago. It's an old heavy gauge jumper. This is what you install on a telemetry system if it doesn't have a screen. There's just a relay and a relay. Alright. Let's see what we can do with this box. See that? That's cool. This, I don't need that. Relays, I'm not worried about those. We've got these little tiny, these are actual just pins out of connectors that I've used for like front probing, back probing. Those are good. I actually may put some wire on those while they're out. Here is my professionally insulated probe tip, as you can see. Let's see what we have left here. This one got a little warm, little overcurrent. That'll happen. That's why we have these now. This is just a piece of wire. All right, let's get this. What is this? Is this an adapter? Oh no, it's a broken. Okay. Hey, yeah, I've been looking for those. Don't need them now that I got the other ones, but okay. Let's put that in a pile over there. The relays, I guess I'll just put them in my relay drawer, because I have a ton of relays in my van already. Not the relay drawer, but it was pretty close. Oh, there's another relay. Okay. Alright, what's chat up to? Chat, what is it you actually do? Elevator engineer? Forklift? Material handling technician. Basically industrial technician. I specialize, like I work for a forklift dealer. Hyster-Yale is our parent company. Kind of like, you know, if you're going to Bill and Ted's Excellent Chevrolet dealer. My dealer is Eastern Lift Truck in the Mid-Atlantic region, and the principal dealer, or you know, the big people are Hyster-Yale Group. Work mostly on forklifts, pallet jacks, top loaders, things that unload boats, things that can unload train cars. And we're talking anything from the little tiny forklift you see running around behind Walmart to something that is capable of lifting 115,000 pounds. I am one of the industrial nerds, I guess. I do a lot of the diagnostic stuff. I get a lot of the specialized jobs. I've done R&D with the parent company. I've done R&D with the companies I've worked directly for. And I'm like, I also do a lot of training. And like, I get a lot of the, hey, we've had 20 people looked at this, nobody can figure out. Can you go down there and take a look at it? And then I usually sort it out in 20 minutes. Not always, but yeah, I'm that guy. It's always, well, hey, I want to have Scruff look at it. Sometimes I save a lot of money, sometimes I confirm what's going on. That's whatever, that's a job, it's alright. I hang up for a little while at least. Alright, that one's, oh, that's right. That was that. Where are we at? Zoom. The little needle tip protectors that we all lose or throw away because we don't need them. That's melted. Probably don't really need that anymore. That there. That is attached. That. If you've never seen these, this is a stitch witch or a stitch remover, or not stitch witch, or I don't know. It's a stitch remover. It's actually broken. It usually has a little more metal here, but these are made for pulling stitches out of clothing. They also work really well for if you need to strip tape on wire. You just slide that on in there, and the blade is actually in the U part of it. Probably kind of hard to see, but that, and you just run that along all your shit, and it just cuts it right through. That way you're not taking a knife going over top and cutting in, and it's a little safer than doing that, which I also do sometimes. So there's a tip from your Uncle Scruff. Stitch removers, and you get the big ones, the little ones. Like the one that's actually out there is like, it's about this long. It's like one of the big ones. But that you can run like through harnesses really quickly with those. Okay. Always have extra clips with you. Remember, easiest way, pinch it. Just stick it in there. You always have extra clips with you. just in case you need to make something real quick. Or I was having some issues with not having enough pieces of my jumper cables together. But I was actually had some on a battery post. Like, say this is the post. At one point I was running a jumper cable end, just a raw end, crimped end to it, and then just taking clamps and doing that. Just holding it to the post so it would charge, because you figure it's still getting all the clamping force. But now I won't have to do that because I'll have lots of jumpers. And this, you can see they're half. That's for when you're messing around with those little half relay sockets that you got to like really get into the tiny spade connectors on. Alright, so we have our tracker telemetry bypass, some extra cables, all these little niblets. Those can go back in. Those are fine. Another niblet. And these are all just the little adapters for those. I use those a fairly regular bit when I'm not melting them. We got this little jumper. This, I don't know. We're going to put wires on those. This little tiny jumper. Another, oh, I got multiple ones. How many of these do I have? That's the big one. I guess I needed to, oh, you know what, why don't we go ahead and shrink that. I wonder how long that's been there. I know I made these when I was with McCall. I feel like it was kind of early in the career. Probably couldn't find my lighter because I didn't actually start carrying a torch like this until last year. Until then, I pretty much always used a lighter, which sucks when you're outside. Those things are awesome. These are great. And while I'm inside, I think you may have seen me use this. This is 25 years old, little refillable pencil torch. That works good on the inside. But I brought this in just because it's a little easier for a lot of heat shrink. That's the broken one, don't need that. We got here random wire ends, which those are good to have too. Just with the copper on the end, even if it is a little. We'll keep those together. Those were obviously made for something. But like if you're doing like a lot of this shit at your job, at your work, and just take a little time, throw some shit together. There's some more pins. Just helps you out. Makes work a little quicker, a little faster when you don't have to stop and make your tools. Where'd the thing? That doesn't fit that. This is for a different one. I guess I'll just put that in there like that. Get rid of that one. That's just a piece of wire. Oh, this is off a trailer wire. What we got here? There's some old leads, probably off of a Harbor Freight meter. Oh, they're actually broken. Oof. Alright. I don't think I'm going to carry those. I'll stick them with the spares. Third one? Alright, I guess we'll just put that with this. Let's see. It is 2:14. And it is temperature out there. 92 degrees. About like 36 degrees Celsius. Just to get a bit hotter. Which is also why we are inside today, because I've been outside all week. Yeah, first time winding wire here, I guess. Don't mind me. Alright, Jesus. Put that in there. This is... yeah, okay. Let me wind this one up. This is just a long one. Actually, you know what? What do we got here? What do we got laying around? There's one of these. Let's put an end on it just because we can. See what's up with chat. Stitch remover, very good idea. Yeah, works pretty good. Did I spy a catering blowtorch? Yes, you did. What's up, Kevin Hardesty? Thanks for stopping by. Are they using CAN bus on lift equipment now? They've been using CAN bus at least 20 years. The new reach stackers, which are they can unload like the 40-foot shipping containers. Stack them. Let's see, I think the one at the port is what, 3 deep, 4 high, like stacking them up. And the new one of those, I believe, has 7 CAN buses in it. Our new reach trucks have 4 CAN buses, like one for moving, one for hydraulics, one for options, like telemetry, and I think one just for the front end, if I'm not mistaken. A little high right now, so yeah. But I think one of them is just for front ends, meaning like the actual reach stuff out on the front of the truck. Wire strippers. Is that because of timing and redundancy? If you're meaning the CAN bus, then it's just for simplicity. Because, especially like on a reach truck, you would have to run, your high current wires, high current, a few amps, but they used to have to go over, for every function, you'd have to have at least 1 or 2 wires, depending on how it was controlled for power and ground, going through the mast, like up and down through the mast, and then it's got to go through the pentagram or the pantograph, and just a lot of wiring that you would have to get on these fully loaded trucks. Whereas now you run power, ground, CAN high, CAN low, 4 wires. Sometimes you'll have a 5th wire for safety, and you may have another set of cables if they have like video and laser options out there. But even then, it's usually just CAN bus and power, and then in some cases a video signal will come on its own. So they're not trying to run like encoders and shit out there. They'll just send the raw signal through. What am I doing here? Oh, there we go. But yeah, they've been using CAN for a while. Mostly started in the engine controls, because engine manufacturers are moving on to CAN for automotive, so forklift kind of had to keep up. Get this under the camera and crimp the insulation there. It's stuck in there, and we'll go ahead and solder it on. A little bit of fluxy-wuxy. Trying not to get the flux every frickin' where. Where the hell did the solder go? I'm actually getting low on solder. I didn't realize. I have to actually get some more in. I don't think I have any extra. Give me some of that good leaded stuff. Just nice and hot. Good big old blob on there. Good surface contacts. Yeah, there we go. Make sure it definitely gets onto the blobs out and runs, so it sticks into the alligator clip itself for good contact and good bond, good hold. Where's my wire box? That's up there. Okay. Yeah, and if you saw these are another set of the crimpers I have. I'm not quite as impressed with these though. And I think it's because, as you can see, the blades on them are flat. So when it goes to do the pullback, it hangs up a lot, and it ends up tearing out some of the copper. So I don't know about these. I would say if you're getting auto strippers or, you know, whatever, get the ones with the V groove, not the flats. The flats kind of suck. Maybe they're better for a different application, but not for mine. And that's fine, you know. Let's go ahead and run this up. Get it past the hinge. Alright, now we have just another pre-made piece of wire. Drop that in there. Oh, here's another one of these. That one hasn't melted yet, that's good. Sometimes you need, with the eyelets, usually not, but it doesn't hurt to have a couple of those. Here's our fused deal. Here is our old as hell deal. And it's been suggested to get like Velcro to, like, you know, wrap the wire around, but I don't really see the point when you can just do this. And that way I'm not having like 800 pieces of fucking Velcro in there all sticking to themselves. I'm sure that would actually be more of an annoyance. Alright, here's our new spoon set. It's cool. Move this. Time is it? 2:22. Alright, so we're doing about normal for a stream. And so not only am I streaming, but I'm getting work done. Alright, let's just wrap these up. I'll wrap these up for now, but they'll sure end up staying unwrapped and maybe even located in a slightly different spot, because I'll probably end up using these a lot. These should actually go on the bottom, towards the bottom, because I'm not going to use these that much. That, and I also have this here, and this kit stays with the meter, so what can we put in there? Spoons. How does this, oof, just headbutt the camera, good job. Is the, where'd it go? Yeah, derp. Those back. Actually, let's even get the clamps kind of under that lip. Down. Can this fit in here comfortably? That wouldn't hurt to. It's not going to be too much of a pain in the ass, like in the way. But if we run it like that, should be alright. Yeah, alright. Cool. Alright, so that's pretty much always going to be with me with the meter. This will go here. I'm not going to need that every day, but I will keep it just to see how handy it does come in. Drop our extra breakers in there. Alright, spoons are going to go on top. That jumper can go there. These are all our different jumpy jumpertons. Shorts, don't need that. We're going to dig some pins there. We got spoons. Spoons are useful. Keep that there. Yeah, alright. Might need that. Scissors. Probably gonna need those actually. Super depth cutters. This stuff we're not going to need out there. Strippers. Alright, just shorten things out a little bit here, folks. That's looking pretty good. That's looking good. Well, let's do something with these. Did I already crimp anything on these? What's going on here? Nope. It's alright. We're gonna add a little bit of wire to these for some front probe Deutsch connector action. Guessing I was using these probably as front probes for something. But let's actually put some wire on them and heat shrink to make them a little more efficient. A little easier to use. Let's see, what do I want to use for wire? Don't have anything handy, convenient. Not particularly. Let's go back to the box. Those are made for decent gauge wire. So yeah, let's just use some of this. We're gonna need 3 pieces. To keep them roughly the same length. I would like to have 2 different colors, and we can do that. Can we have 3? You know what? We can have 3 colors, just one of them is going to be purple and a slightly smaller gauge. The other thing I would recommend if you're getting to pick your lead wires, if you think about it like I just did, got one here, cut one here, cut one here. That way your ends are slightly different lengths, so that as you're running shit around, you don't have that big... Because even in test leads, like, you may just get a build-up when you're trying to get through a thin spot. So if you can kind of offset what's going to end up being where all the crimps go, that may help you out a little bit in the long run as well. Alright, what do we got here? Let's do this one first. I don't have the super holy shit crimper with me. You know, the one that costs, depending on where you go, it's either firstborn child or like 10 bucks. The one we have at work costs firstborn child, so we tend to leave that one in the office. But I'm not looking for anything special. So just a flat crimp as opposed to the like jaw things. Like, we're fine here. Do that there. And here. Whee. Flat squeeze. Just makes you squeeze it tight. Toit. This purple, it's like half the gauge, but this will, since it's not black or red, it will probably be used mostly for signal wire. So let's just see how well this does if I fold it. Let's see if it'll still get in there. And that's not for any kind of a current rating or any specific specification, just making it thicker to take up room in the crimp so that the crimp will still function as well as it would if you had the native piece of wire in it, and that's not doing real great like that. Let's do this. Ugh, that's just gross. Okay, let's start over. Let's just do a single thickness. Let's see if it holds. It might. Yeah, actually, that's holding just fine. Alright, cool. Let's do a little bit of heat shrink. Let's get that out of the way. Get that big honker. Actually, yeah, we'll put that in there. Probably come in handy. Random clamp action. What's going on in chat? Always time for another poo at 32. So you must turn the knob on the top end of the wire strips as tension setting to resolve that problem. Okay, I will experiment with that. Thanks for the tip. But I will say these just always work. But if I can sort out getting another set to work properly, especially since I bought the damn things anyway, it's never a bad idea. Let's do green, that, and blue. Play with all the colors here. Where's my skizzers? Let's see. That. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. This is pretty good. Heat shrink assortment, by the way. Not a sponsor. Just what I use. Has lots of stuff, lots of colors. ATD. This on Amazon seems to work out really well. Doesn't burn up too easily. It's a little fairly resilient to like heat and stuff. Just throwing that out there. Let's get it right about there. Figure right there, so it'll kind of catch that little lip that you kind of can't see. Alright. And green. What should I put on the other end? Probably put male ends on, just because I have more. Wow, I'm almost out, completely out of female ends. Need to order a jug of blue. Yeah, I just got a fresh kit that I know has a bunch in them, but I don't want to blow that out as soon as I get it. Alright, go Team Venture. Smoke break. Alright, Lori. Poo at 32. Shite. Let's do the poo at 32. Have a spells a little cannabis break. Let me take a shot of coffee. Sorry, Miss Liz. I think the battery might be going dead in this. Or yeah, I think it's just AAA's. Alright. Poo at 32, and I'm gonna have some runts. still a little, so for the Queen of Fire here, let's see what we can do with this. Pointing away from the camera, obviously. That's our little, what do you make with this? Is this like a, I don't even remember, I know you like do desserts. Is it a quiche? Is that one of the things that you set on fire? Or is that lemon meringue or something? I don't remember. Or great on heat shrink tubing now, I'll tell you that. Alright, we got, where are we at here? We got that, we got that. Alright, we got a heat shrink, and we're going to do a little bit of... Fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Durban poison too. It's that kind of day. Creme brulee, that's what I'm thinking of. Thank you. Creme brulee. What is creme brulee? Like, I'm sure it's one of these things I should know as an adult, but I obviously don't. I'm more of a meatloaf, spaghetti, what have I been making lately? I'm doing fries and, or pizza fries lately. That's like something different. If you don't know what pizza fries are, that's when you just cook your fries, put them on like a oven resistant bowl, or you know, whatever you need to, like, because you're putting it back into the oven just at a very low temperature, or turn the oven off and just let the ambient temperature melt the cheese. But you make your fries and just make them as you normally would, cook them all the way. Generally speaking, you want to get them a little crispy because you'll be pouring warmed tomato sauce on them. And then you'll be sprinkling cheese and garlic and Parmesan stuff and whatever you would put on spaghetti. Sometimes bacon bits is a nice addition as well. Then you put that back in the oven, let the cheese melt. The sauce kind of melts, or I'm sorry, warms up and kind of drizzles down through the fries. And you have pizza fries. You can even put toppings on it like you would pizza. Very tasty, very neat snack. I'd probably make that once or twice a week. Generally, and only really that much just because I don't want tomato sauce to go bad, just sit in the fridge. Jelly babies. Eggy cream dessert thing, okay. So it is a dessert, not like a drink. So I know there's drinks you're supposed to light on fire too. Are there fancy drinks you light on fire, or is that just a bar thing? Just burnt cream. Tasty custard with a caramelized sugar ice rink on top. Gosh, that usually has like the brown peaks and stuff on it, if I'm remembering right. Alright, there's some front probes. You know what? If I'm going to be using that, I should have a couple of female-to-female adapters, shouldn't I? I didn't even think about that. Because these are convenient because you just alligator clip onto them. But since I'm going to be running these, I should do some female-to-female adapters. Just so that I have them on the spot. And these, you know what, that might... Yeah, that's cool. Because these work pretty well. Gold-plated, tiny, ouchy, really fucking sharp needles. But again, if I can do proper fitment with these, then we'll just do that. And just so you know, like, you can buy pretty much exactly what I'm making. But I mean, you're looking at 50 to 100 bucks, I'm guessing, for what we've made today from like a good kit. Because like the little kit I got over here, like I think this was 20 bucks 15 maybe. And that's really just basic stuff. When you start getting these adapters, it gets really expensive if you buy it pre-made. That's why I'd rather just make it myself. And also, if I make it myself, I know if something goes wrong, I know it's something that, like, I did. And I know that I properly crimped them. I know that I soldered it. Like, you just feel a little bit better about the quality. Is 10 amp a common value for the extended fuse? It's probably going to be what I use mostly. Most of my circuits that I would say testing probably won't exceed 10 amps. Especially on the newer stuff, a lot of what you're testing is just solenoids. Most solenoids aren't more than 2 amps. Lighting circuits, most of your lighting circuits on forklifts are only 10 amp circuits because they run LEDs on everything. I mean, your computer circuits are, they're usually never more than 10 amps. Usually when you get into like 20 and 30 amps on computers, it's one that's going to be driving a lot of solenoids, like your diesels. I mean, fuel injectors at this point are like 250 to 500 milliamps a pop on like LP and gasoline. Your diesel injectors are a little bit more because they're fighting 30, 40, 50,000 PSI fuel pressure. In case you didn't know that, newer diesel stuff, 30, 40, 50,000 PSI. Most of your common rail diesels nowadays idle at 8,000 PSI on that fuel rail. So if you own a newer diesel, be fucking careful, because that shit will literally slice through at that pressure, and you won't know it until it's too late. Anyway, moving on. Where are we at? So we got those. We need to make some female to female. Oh, but that's the one I'm mostly out of. What do we got here? I don't want to use the crappy ones. This is my house kits. Actually, hey, while this is out, I can show you something neat. If they're in here, and they're not. Where the hell are they? Somewhere around here I actually have this style crimper, but it's Craftsman brand, and it's the first crimper splicers I ever had that my parents got for me when I was 10. Like, I still have them somewhere in here. Where did I put those? I'm gonna have to look for them now. Now I'm curious. I know they're in here. I don't know where. I ain't trying to waste a lot of time. I'll do that. One day I'll find them and I'll show them to you. But I know they're in the area. But yeah, I have like a set of, I guess they're almost 35-year-old Craftsman crimp strippers like that. Okay, these aren't heat shrink, but they are insulated, so I'll take that, because I don't need, I'm not going to be, oh, these are the tiny, oh, that's right, I got these little tiny guys. These are actually smaller than standard terminals on those. There's some side ones, but they're exposed. Here we go, full size. I will do, I guess, 3 female to females. If I need more, I can make them. Let's see. There's a 3. Blue female spade connectors are pretty much your most popular terminal. They're using them to like run bypasses, fix ignition switches, fix relays, shit like that. You go through them pretty quick. I gotta get me a bucket of them. And blue butt connectors. Most of your blue line, but blue butt connectors and blue female spades connectors. They're always what you go through the most. Let's see. What's good wire here? Still got some red, still got some. Hey, might as well just do them in all the same colors again. Except this time I'll just make everything the same length because everything else is offset. And these don't need to be super long, really. If I'm testing a circuit, I don't necessarily need 50 feet of cable. But if I do, since I'm using these and not like the cool banana plug things, like I definitely have respect for the people with the cool kits where you can like do all the banana plug adapters and shit, like Ed Bird in chat I know has. He has his kit like this is the entire viewing area of my workstation. We've used that a couple times at work. Convenient, expensive, but convenient. Alright. But much respect for the kit. The container he has it in is pretty wicked too. I think that's, yeah, we thought it was like military surplus travel case. Remember, folks, I didn't promise excitement this week. But we are coming to a close here soon. Let me finish these. We'll get Elvira out real quick because I got a quick and easy cheap set of $6 test leads just for her. So that we didn't have to do any like weird adaptations and shit. If you are unsure who Elvira is, that is what we have named the Weston 785 industrial circuit tester that my buddy Phil from work gave to me. That is basically, it is a multimeter from 1943. That still works. And there's a signature on the back. I can't quite read it. It looks like it's EL and something. So we kind of voted a couple weeks ago to name the meter Elvira, as during that time the particular company Weston employed mostly women. Since men were at war, they employed mostly women to assemble and build their meters, and that fucking meter is beautifully constructed underneath. If you haven't seen it, well, I'm not really going to have time to open it up today, but check out some of the old videos. Just tuck that in there. Check out some of the old videos where I talk about the Weston 785. It is an art form, how that thing was made on the backside, how the wires were secured and wrapped. Like, it is something special, let me tell you. These things were built back in the day when people really, really took pride in what they did. And, I mean, the thing is 79 years old, and it still works. It seems pretty accurate for being 79 years old. So, let's see. So this is my new kit. Thanks for helping out. Now it's all in one place instead of spread out in a couple places throughout the van. I guess we'll have some bonus butt connectors, and actually I'll just put them back in this kit here. Yeah, these are my kits. for work. And then I have one kit I just got that's one of the full-size versions of these trays. That's a little bit of all of it. That one actually stays inside my tool bag. My tool bag has a pocket that fits basically a tray this size, but it'll fit 2 layers of them. Alright, so that will go back out to the van. This over here. Alright, let's put this stuff back in here. Down in there I got my K-type. Actually, I only need 1 out there. Might as well leave 1 in here. I have 2 because I've had one of these stolen before. One of these. But the probe wasn't with it. Alright. Like I said, these sit in a drawer that is almost a perfect fit for that. Over there. This sits in my glove box. And that's these. That's work. That's work. That's work. Just kind of making room for Elvira. Extra piece of wire. You can go there for now. Clean this off. Alright. Move that box. Alright. Let me zoom. Do the zoom thing here. Focus. I think we're going to need. Let's see what that does. Alright, so here's the $6 set of uninsulated pin type 2mm leads. It fits like a glove in there. DC 10 volts. Here's a spanked to hell 18650 that at least one person in chat recognizes. And you can see we have good stuff. We're going to have to decide as a channel. As you can see, I cleaned it up pretty good. I kept cleaning it. It came out pretty nice. So that's cool. I'm glad it cleaned up real nice. And I took you know, the thing you roll out, like, what the hell, the dust roller, hair roller thing, the sticky roller thing for clothes. I did that in here to get all the dust and crap out of there. So I figured I'd show you what we have for now, and I will see if I can find the fiber covered ones. Like, hold on, and if not, like, I might be able to make them. But you know how you get like the fiber covering one, like this is a USB extension cable, but that's like factory. It had fiber leads, fiber covered, cloth covered leads, or you want to call them, on there. These are good for now, just so we can use it, but I would like to get the closer to period set of leads for it. And if we can't find anything, then I'll probably just make something, because you can still just buy cloth covered wire. But we're going to give the quick update on Elvira here. She is doing well, and I do not have a battery in it for the resistor, for a resistance meter, the ohm meter. I have it here, it's just sitting around, but I don't want it in there because since nothing leaked, neither battery was in there and neither of them leaked, I want to make sure we don't have any leaking problem. Alright, what else we got here? I guess that's about it. It is almost 3 o'clock. As usual, my long streams and my short streams are all about 2 hours long. Because, you know, I may go ahead and just go big head at this point. Where is it? Big head? Let's see. Let's check chat. There is Brianna Stander. Welcome to chat. What do we got going on here? I have terminals and a cripper, but not in that quantity. Well, yeah, Franco. Oh, yeah, there's Ed. I have a shitload and I still don't have everything Scruffish showing. Bullshit. There's no way you don't have all that shit. Like, what, do you just have a million copies of the same fucking thing in there? And whatever you need, like, sort it out. It ain't hard. Live stream it. You know, be exciting. Shameless brag, it's a military surplus case. That's right, for aircraft diagnostics. Yeah, it is a nice case. Is it a VTVM? I don't know what a VTVM is. Brian Young, but apparently Franco does. See, temp sensor, yeah, K-type temperature sensor. Yeah, the 418. Yeah, that brown battery was one of Edward's old vape batteries. It has about 1,000 milliamps left in it, and you charge it up. As soon as you hook anything up, it drops right to 3.95 volts, and then it starts. That's pretty whooped. Sticky pet hair remover, yeah. Strip some shoelaces to get period correct looking sheaths. That's not a bad idea. I wonder if you could thread it through like cheap ass fake 50/50 paracord, 550 paracord. I had some around here somewhere. Vacuum tube. Oh, vacuum tube voltmeter. Oh, okay, thank you. Legages. Strip some shoelaces. Yeah, let's see. Good night, everyone. The wife needs full attention. Oh, Jim, if you're still here, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, thank you, everybody, for swinging by. I guess we'll call that a stream. I'll have one more quick vape of cheers. And then we will move on. There might be a stream on Friday. I have the day off, so I may do an afternoon stream from Loch Raven, because I will be kind of in that area at some point during the day. If I do decide to do a stream, I'll probably only have 30 minutes to an hour notice, but I might do a stream on Friday. Otherwise, I'll do a live drone stream in 2 weeks. Still trying to do that 2-week thing. I just needed to do some shit for work, so I brought you along. So we'll see what happens Friday. If it's not Friday, it'll be 2 weeks from now. And yeah, I'll be on the Clive stream at 4:05. I'm gonna go ahead, finish a couple things, take a shower, and get to relax. And so, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Appreciate it, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Cheers, and have a good one. And where's the button? Button. There's the button. Alright. See everybody in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.